Hello, you guys. I'm back. I know it's been way too long since I've done a video on YouTube, and I apologize. It's been a whirlwind, just crazy stuff happening in our lives. Obviously, our son was born 6 months ago, if you guys have been following along, and life has been wonderful, but it's also been really messy and crazy, and just trying to figure out a good routine for both of our kids. Just trying to make this video today. This is the third time now I've had to try to make this video because if one kid is sleeping, the other one is being noisy, and then vice versa. So thankfully they are both down right now. So let's pray that they stay asleep. That is honestly the biggest thing why I haven't been making any videos, is because when do I have time to film? Like, I don't know. I don't know how other mommy vloggers do it with more kids than even two, because when do you have time to film when no one's running around being super loud? And honestly, I always feel a little guilty when I'm like filming in front of my kids anyways. So I've also just like wanted to wait till they both go down for a nap, but that like rarely happens. So the fact that they're both down right now is just amazing. But I just want to like be real with you guys. Like, that is honestly the biggest thing, because I miss YouTube so much. I miss making, especially editing. Like, I just feel like it's such an art, and I just want to create more content for you guys. A lot of you have reached out to me just being like, hey, where are you? Like, we miss you and your videos and everything. And I really appreciate all that and all your concerns. I know some of you were like, what, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And yes, we're doing just fine, but again, life's been a big adjustment for us, and it's just been a lot to handle right now, but God is getting us through. He's so good and always is blessing us. I just wanted to like update you guys on like the past 6 months and let you know I'm okay. And also that I do definitely want to make more content again. You'll just have to bear with me and be patient, because I probably will only be able to like do a video like once a week, or I don't know, like maybe just once every 2 weeks or so, because it's just, and I've said this before when I was doing videos more regularly. If I had to choose between my family, my husband, my kids over YouTube, I would definitely 100% choose my family over YouTube and making videos. So that was also a thing too with me, is again, I just don't feel comfortable like filming all the time in front of my kids and my family. So whenever I do have the time to actually do it, if I have my alone time, then I will make a video. I'm just so happy you guys are all here, and for those of you that have stick around, thank you so much. And thanks again for reaching out to me, because that has really motivated me to continue to do this, because honestly, I didn't think you guys cared. I didn't think anyone was really paying attention, because I don't know, I'm only at like 130 subscribers, so it's not even like crazy, but I feel like we have a little small community and it's really fun. So I just kind of wanted to, I don't know, just make this more relaxed and let you also know some ideas that I have for this channel coming up, because obviously I'm not pregnant anymore. I feel like last year when I started, it was mostly about like pregnancy, home birthing, preparing for your labor and everything. And I definitely want to make now more content about like obviously mom life still, especially life with 2 kids, and being more like talking more about being a good wife for your husband, and being more feminine, embracing your femininity. I'm learning about that every day, honestly. That's just something I've always felt so uncomfortable with. Like growing up, I was always the tomboy, and I just always felt weird wearing dresses, or I always felt like it was always pushed on me too when I was younger. I know a lot of people have grown up that way, where it's like boys do this and girls do this, and there's no like in between. There's no I don't know, just room for just play in general when you're younger. And I just feel like, I don't know, just the pressure of like having to be girly when I was younger really impacted me as I got older. I don't know if you guys relate. I just, like, even to this day, it just feels weird to wear a dress sometimes, even just out and about, and unless it's a Sunday, of course, or wearing makeup. Like right now, I feel like I'm wearing a lot of makeup, where I'm actually not, but I wanted to look good for the video, I'll be real. But I also just want to start looking my best every day and putting more effort and going the extra mile. And, there's this big trend going on where it's like, I don't dress for anyone but myself, or I don't look good for anyone but myself. And that's fine. Like, yeah, I want to look good because I do feel good, and I do, partly do it for myself too. But I do it for my husband too. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want to look good for him, and he married me knowing I look the way I do. I just think that's a big thing when you get married, is it's easy to get lazy. It's easy to just kind of let yourself go sometimes. And there's always a time and place. Obviously, if you have a kid, if you're going through a death in the family, like, of course there's going to be time for that. And your husband hopefully will respect you for that. But I just think overall, it's really easy to feel that way when you get married. You're not in the honeymoon stage anymore, you know, and I've been learning a lot about that lately with marriage, that it really is a lot of work and you have to put in the effort. It's about love, of course, but it is a duty too. Like, it takes work. And the more that you're, watering and planting your marriage garden, like, the more it's going to grow and thrive and not get choked up by, just the struggles of this world. And like, you'll get through it, like, and through God's grace. So that's just really what I've been learning lately, and just more like looking at myself, like, what can I do, especially like just in my marriage, like what things attitude wise can I change to make my husband's life a little easier, or what can I do to help him feel more at ease and more at peace. Maybe like chores around the house, I can probably do a little bit more. And that is another thing I want to talk about more on my channel, which honestly, like, just talking about all this stuff right now is making me a little frightened, because I just don't know if people are going to agree with this, and that's okay if you don't. I'm definitely a person that, like, I don't like confrontation. I don't want to argue, and I just want everyone to, like, be happy. But at the end of the day, like, I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible, and I believe what God has commanded us to do. And obviously we don't do those we don't follow his commandments because we have to. Like, we can because we want to, because he died on the cross and paid for all of our sins. Now we can go out into the world and live our life how he wants us to live, and let our light shine for others to see. And then it's a beautiful ripple effect. Other people will see that, they'll want to live out their life too for the Lord, and more people. That's, the Great Commission. That is what he's called us to do on this world. And I don't know, it makes me nervous though to talk about all this stuff, because I know, the world is, most people aren't Christians, and it might rub some people the wrong way. But if this can change anyone's heart out there, I want to bring content like this out there. It's so easy to point fingers and being like, hey, you're not doing enough, and once you do this, then I'll do it for you kind of attitude. And it should be the total opposite. So that's really what I'm learning how selfish I am in our marriage. Honestly, like, it's such a battle in my mind where I'm like, he's not doing this, like, why should I have to do this for him? It's just a daily battle. But I've noticed the times when I do put in more effort and I'm doing more for my husband and just for our marriage in general, I get things in return, and that's not, the motivation shouldn't be, do things for others so that you can get stuff back. But that's just like the natural reaction that happens, and it's beautiful. Like, what you put out into the world is what you will get back. So if you're putting out negativity, if you're talking badly about people, or like hanging out with the wrong crowd, or sleeping around, like, you're gonna maybe not attract such great men, or your marriage might not be thriving too well. It just puts you in a really negative state. It can make you more naggy. It can make you more complainy and combative. And I'll tell you for sure, men do not like that. Like, they want peace and joy, and just come to a home where they can just feel at ease and everything. So again, like, if you are not married, this can still apply to you for sure. If you are looking for a godly man, or just a good guy to spend the rest of your life with, because that is what happens when you get married. Is it's a long-lasting vow you have made with them. So for better or for worse, like, for good and bad times, you can stick through it together because you're going to put in the effort. And again, it starts with how you are doing. I would definitely want to address more of that, and how to be a submissive wife in God's eyes, not in the world's eyes, because in the world's eyes will say, submissive? Why would you want to do that? You're going to listen to a man? Like, no, we don't want men. We don't need men. It's like, no, we need men. Men need women. And that's how our world works. It's thrived that whole, like that's how our world has worked and for so many years. And now in today's society, it's the total opposite. And it's really sad because, yeah, women have great things to bring to this world, but so do men. And we need both. I definitely want to talk more about that because, again, the word submissive can mean so many different things to so many different people. For some people, it means they're gonna walk all over you, you're gonna be a doormat, you're gonna be abused. If you think that's what a submissive wife means, like, I don't know what men you're hanging out with, but they're not the good men to go for, honestly. Because in a marriage, if you're married to a good guy, a godly man, or you thrive to want to marry a godly man someday, you're gonna want to do things for him. Like, you're gonna want to go into your role as how God has made you to be as a woman and as a wife. And I think that's so beautiful. And then when you show your man respect, when you are submitting to him, letting him lead, you know, he's obviously going to want to listen to your ideas, and you're going to give your thoughts about things to make those decisions. But at the end of the day, it does come down to the man making the decision. And I think that's wonderful. Like, because that shows you trust the Lord, because ultimately God has given you the guy you're married to, and ultimately also the man is submitting to God. So we're all submitting to God in some way, and I just think that's beautiful. It's the best way a marriage can work in my eyes, and I strongly believe that just from everything that it says in the Bible and how God has designed marriage to look like. So I just definitely want to talk more about that and things that I'm learning, because I'm saying all this right now because I have not been perfect in our marriage, and obviously that's not the goal. We can never be perfect. That's why we need Jesus. And I definitely want to talk more about my faith, what he's been teaching me every day, and again, just how to have a good marriage and how to have a good relationship and just flirt again and date again and, you know, kind of feel like how you were in the honeymoon stage again. Because lately I've been feeling that. And I didn't think I would feel that again, just because once you get married, it's like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't know. It's so hard to feel the spark again, I feel like. But when you put in the work and the effort to do, just to make your marriage grow, think of that marriage garden again, like, good things can happen out of it, and God will bless it. So yeah, I don't know, that was really rambly, but I just have a lot of things I want to talk about on here as far as marriage goes, and dating too. Honestly, I'm not professional in any of this. I've been married for 4 years now, so I know a little bit a little of the ropes, but definitely, you know, dating, I'm not a dating coach or anything, so I'm not like a relationship enthusiast or anything, but I just like to talk about my own experience, what I've learned in my past, and you know, just being a Christian, growing up as a Christian, I've always known God's love for me, but it's like I'm still learning constantly every day about him and his word and everything that he teaches us. So yeah, if you want to join the ride, you can, but if this doesn't jive with you, you do not have to watch this. Like, seriously, I know there's just so much content on YouTube where people will watch something, they'll totally hate it, and I'm like, why are you watching it then? Like, if it's not going to put you in a good mood, like, why are you watching this? You know, I want my content to be for anyone who is open-minded to thinking, you know, possibly thinking this way, or just being open-minded to maybe becoming a Christian. I don't know, being a godly woman. Personally, for me, I think that sounds amazing, but again, like, some people aren't going to feel that way. Just ask that you guys just make the comments down below civil and just be nice. I don't know, we can obviously have a critical discussion for sure. If there's ever something that you disagree with, we can of course disagree on things. That is the beauty of YouTube, is you can say your own opinion, say your beliefs and everything, and we can talk about it. And that's wonderful. Like, I think it's great that we're all so different. If we were all the same, it would be so boring anyways. And of course, have friends with people who don't agree with you, even completely disagree with you. Like, I have friends that don't believe the way I do, and I think it's wonderful that we can still come together. We still respect each other and have good conversation. Hopefully this will open your mind to, I don't know, listen to something different and hopefully uplifting. I really want to make my channel motivating for you and just help you feel like you know, you're not alone. And because I'm gonna show the ugly side of it too. Like, I don't ever want to just paint my life and be like it's all rainbows and butterflies, because it's totally not. It's hard. And like I said, marriage is hard work. Of course, if you don't put in the work, like, yeah, a marriage isn't gonna thrive, and unfortunately it might lead to divorce. And I don't know, I'm just, again, learning a lot right now. I think I'm gonna end the video right here. I feel like I've been talking long enough. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.